All right, so welcome everyone to Wi-Fi Wednesdays. My name is Kevin Z. I am founder and CEO of My Wi-Fi Networks, and we meet here every single Wednesday to cover some brand new shiny things, answer your questions, and talk about how to make money selling social Wi-Fi marketing. So this week, I have no slides. I just have some surprises to show you. These come in the form of live websites that we've been working very hard on. So what I'm going to do first is show you some of the new functionality. It's still on our testing server. We're just about to go live with it, but I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek as to what it looks like, because it's really going to change the way that you currently manage and work with your clients. And on a day-to-day basis, it's really going to help you be way more efficient with everything. So let me pull it on to the screen over here. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. It's a little bit, you're used to a lot of this stuff, but I'm just going to jump into what I'm most excited about. So as you know, we've recently changed the way you add new locations, devices, and campaigns. We have wizards for all of them. So for example, if you go into add a new location, you can generate it automatically from Facebook, from Google, or fill it in manually. So for example, if I did the Win over here, I was selling to Steve Win, I could pull up his page, pull up all of his data automatically, and then move on to creating a device. I can add an existing device. I can add a new device. So if I added a new one, I have this wizard, which allows me to very easily add devices super quick. So let's say I wanted to add a MikroTik device. I can do that. Obviously, I'm entering the real MAC address. And then, yep, we're going to set this up. Cool. Confirm setup. Then you move on to create campaign. Now you have this campaign that's already been kind of pre-built based on the information that we have. So this is directly from the Win. This is working in the background here. We're automatically generating the campaign specifically for this location. And apologies, I think my computer is just really slow today and I'm having a lot of issues on the background. Those who are like waiting on the call to go live know about that. So anyways, you create the campaign automatically here and it brings you to the actual page where you finish it. What I'm excited about here, I'm also using a test server here, so apologies if we have issues like that. But what's cool about this is that if I go right into this location, you're gonna notice something's changed. So there's no more edit location. Right now, we have a bunch of things that you can access. You can access dashboard, contacts, reports, timeline, devices, and settings. So if I wanted to access settings, let's say I wanted to change something, a schedule, a campaign, I wanted to change my address, something like that, we've now embedded it directly within the quick report. Now we're not really calling it the quick report anymore because we're kind of merging the whole idea of having a location and the quick report is really, the quick report is all part of one. You have the location, within the location, you have the dashboard, you have the people that are connected, you have any reports specific to that we're also blowing out. As far as blowing out means like adding more elements to it. We have the timeline, you have your devices that are assigned to this location specifically now. So you can actually go in here and edit your devices and like manage anything about the device that's specifically at your location. You can change, reassign them. You can also view any of the options and then even edit those options there as well. And then in settings is where you now can do things like scheduling campaigns, which we've also redone. So now if I wanted to schedule an additional campaign, I wanted to make it, if I wanted to make it from a certain day to a certain day, time to time, I can make it all day if I want. I can set this to be daily. So I can do it daily, every day from this time to this time, or I can choose a day of the week. And it's smart in the sense that when you're selecting your day of the week, you actually can select blocks of days where you want to run certain promotions or you don't want to run promotions. And this obviously happens as you are scheduling your campaigns. You can schedule something like this, say schedule, and now it'll override whatever the default is. If you have something scheduled, it'll run this. If not, it'll run that. So you always need a default campaign. The scheduled campaigns are usually promotions or different things you'd run. You now manage that directly within the location settings. You can also edit your location. You can change any of the details about it. You can enable GDPR compliance right in here as well if you want to make this location GDPR friendly. You can do that. You can also go into the additional details and see additional info about the business. You can go in and obviously set all your session times. You can go in and say, hey, you want to set your max upload. You want to go in and set your max download. Let's say the internet's slow and people are just going crazy. You can hey, everybody chill out there. Let's bring this down a little bit. You can also, I usually limit this to pretty low because people don't really have to upload a lot. It's usually downloading. And that's great. So you can go in and set all these that you could before. And you can also now add users directly through here. So if I wanted to add a new user, I can do that right over here, and I can also delete a user right from here. Okay, so it makes it very easy to manage campaigns now. And you'll notice that if you look on the left-hand side, the contacts, reports, timeline, devices, and settings, they correspond exactly to the location overview. So if I'm looking at managing my clients, I want to jump in and I know exactly where I want to go. Let's say this client wants a report. I can go into here with one click, go exactly where I want to go. And then actually I can go into an account with more data. I'll do that later, but you can actually over here download and have, there's no charts here, so it actually looks ugly. Sorry, I don't have any data in this specific account that I'm showing you. But what that allows you to do is export a PDF or print a PDF of that actual report. Okay, so that is something I'm super excited about. We're launching that very soon, momentarily, so you'll be able to dive in and access the whole new location settings that are found right over here. Okay, something else I want to show you that I'm just going to pull off my screen here because we're about to go live with it, and I don't want to ruin the surprise. So I'm going to, though. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, you want us to provide better step-by-step learning, knowledge, really, you want to understand way more about everything in the platform. So what we've done is recreated our entire help desk to allow you to do just that. So everything's been broken out really nicely. You have these different sections you can dive into, and everything's been organized in a way that you would probably look to see it. Now, I want to say this is obviously a work in development. We're never going to create this once and have it be finished. So if there's anything that you think is missing, anything that you see is incorrect, some screenshots still need to be updated because we're launching some new features. So outside of that, if anything, if you notice anything, just check, let us know. We'd be happy to hear it. Any suggestions, things like that. Obviously, when we do launch this, I'm looking to do it likely later today if I can, if we can swing it. But in here, you have step-by-step guides. So if you're just getting started and you want to know, okay, I want to know how to connect my device, my first device, everything's been laid out really simply, really easy to use. Down here, you have other articles that might be required. So let's say I wanted to learn then how to install it on location. So I have this article over here. And after I did that, let's say I wanted to learn how to add a new location. So we've actually gone through, this is a great example of something that needs to be updated because we are launching locations again later today. But let's say you wanted to use OpenMesh. And here, for example, with hardware, I'm looking at hardware to use. I want to use OpenMesh. Okay, and I have a massive OpenMesh announcement also coming for you guys. We've actually struck a deal with them to give you a discount on OpenMesh hardware. So I'll be posting something in the group about that later. If you're interested, just comment on that post and I will hook you guys up with up to 20% off of all of their hardware. So if you guys buy OpenMesh, you can save now up to 20%. And that includes, I think, their entire product line. I'm just clarifying, but yeah, like there's some pretty good discounts that I've negotiated for you guys, and you can obviously get that. You'll need to be on a legacy or MSP plan to get it, but that's another surprise that I'm going to be sharing with you shortly. But here with OpenMesh, like we've really blown out this article because we know it's like probably one of the easiest ones to use. It's cheap, relatively speaking. There's no yearly licensing fees like Meraki or Aruba. So it's really a good solution outside of our SH100. If you have to set up a little mesh network, you need more than one device, you usually choose OpenMesh. So we have the new CloudTrax integration where you literally can go through and pop it in. This is another example. We have to update a couple of these screenshots because we just redesigned this. But this is the old way of doing things with OpenMesh. The new way of doing things is just simply copying and pasting your API key. So right now, if you are setting up an OpenMesh network, you just dive into your CloudTrax admin, you get the key and the secret, you paste it right into our dashboard, and that's it. But let's say you also wanted to learn more, right? You wanted to learn how to set up CloudTrax and go through all of that. So we have all this training specifically on CloudTrax, how to work through it all. It's a nice guide that kind of covers it, and that's just one of the sections. Let's say I wanted to dive in, outside of hardware, I wanted to learn more about login options. So inside login options, I have all my login options laid out over here. If I wanted to learn more about Facebook, I go in here, and we're going to be blowing out and adding more articles in each section, but we have a completely redesigned video of how to add a custom Facebook app. We have all the getting started steps over here with step-by-step GIFs, animated GIFs. If you need to see it bigger, you click it, and this is step 5. We tried to make things as clear as possible. So there, paste your URL, click on save. Then I'm done with step 5. I go to step 6, click. Everything's nice and slow. So this is great for you guys to use. I mean, feel free to take it, copy and paste it. There's no mention of My Wi-Fi in most of these docs. And the coolest thing about this is that if you press Control P or print your page, this page now becomes a guide that you can take. Now, outside of the videos not showing up here, you see everything. This is a step-by-step guide that you can save as a PDF. You can do this with any of our new support articles. So there's no mention of My Wi-Fi. We'll actually try to remove that logo over there. And so this is something that if a client asks you, hey, how do I do this? You can tell them, hey, here's a PDF. Instead of sending them to our support site, you can just have your own little guide of what you need to show them. Okay, we've done this for every single section. So if I wanted to go back to login integrations, let's say learn more about credit card payments, how to set up paid Wi-Fi. We have this all done step by step. We have video there, but also over here, how to add your Stripe account, and then what users see on the splash page. Okay, I'm gonna spend more time going through all of this, but you know, at the very least, we have a lot of great resources. You know, we've had a lot of people ask us, you know, what's a switch? You know, I don't know what a switch is. Like here we've added a whole, you know, directory where now you can learn what a switch is. And this is not required, but a lot of people wonder what terminology is and how all that works. So we've added things like a glossary. We've added other things, for example, in the sales CRM side, when you're talking about the new sales widget, the new demo, a lot of people don't really know how powerful it is. So these are one example. We have the live preview. So if you wanted to see how the widget actually worked, you can just open up this page and actually use it. So it's fully functional right within this window. To give you an example of how to do it. And then if you wanted to actually set it up for your own account, these are the step-by-step, you know, instructions of how to do that. Obviously, this is a final work in progress. We are rushing, have been hustling really hard. Was hoping to launch it today, but we obviously missed the 3 o'clock deadline. But we will be launching this very soon. And when we do, I'm looking for some people who are passionate about Wi-Fi, who know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have at least a few installs, have some happy clients. We're looking for some volunteers / partners to work with me directly and our team directly to help improve these articles. Okay, so think about, you know, if you had to do a task and you had to be explained something step by step, if you feel confident that you can write articles like that, and that look, you know, not exactly like that, this is the one that's in progress, but looking at one of the other ones, like for example, this is one of the better articles that we have. If you feel that you can write these type of articles, you want to help us out, we can work out a nice deal where, you know, we'll hook you up, you hook us up, and we, you know, can just really help out the community. Because at the end of the day, everybody who's on this call, on this webinar, watching this video, you're all probably wanting the same thing. You want recurring commissions from Wi-Fi. You want to understand how things work. So if you can give and get at the same time, that's how I always find the best things are. But here, explanation of everything, brand new, launching very soon with a nice you know, table of contents. You want to learn more about the whole new quick report, it is all here, guys. So those are the surprises that I had lined up for you here. We also have some other ways of accessing all of those articles directly inside the dashboard, and all of this is coming real soon. So that being said, I'm going to just probably cut this call short. I'm going to answer your questions, and then I'm going to get off the call, because I want to get back to work and I want to be able to launch all this stuff as soon as possible. So let me take a look at some of your questions here. Yeah, so Anthony asks, do we offer any marketing materials for the resellers? Yes, right inside your dashboard on the top under the members area is where you're going to find all of that. You actually have to go click on members area. Let me just show you here if I can get it on screen. So you log on to your main dashboard, log into your account. On the top here, you're going to see, sorry, I just zoomed in by accident. My computer is so funky today. Anyways, it's going to work like this. This is the members area. You click on the members area. Then over here, you have the marketing materials and tools. You have all kinds of resources in here that you can use. And it seems like my mouse is freezing. Sorry guys, I might have to just cut this short. I'm having computer issues. I got to reboot and I got to get back to work to do all this stuff. But anyways, you find it in here. This is the members area. my scrolling doesn't work, my clicking. Anyways, yeah, you find it right in here. You also can find some good free stuff. So I've added some links to other resources. Like we recently added a new ClickFunnels landing page. You can get a 14-day free trial there. You can actually get all the other tools that we use, some of the stickers as well. You get $10 free at Sticker Mule there. So here's where you find all that stuff. It's all in the members area, and we are going to be improving this next after we launch the new support guide. We're going to be going and doing a refresh of this. Almost all of it is still very relevant, so I encourage you to go check that out. But over here is where you go to marketing materials. You can get all the downloads are located right here. It's all in Google Drive. And yeah, that's where it all is. Bill's asking if we have the capability of scheduling campaigns for specific hours of each day of the week. I believe so. If not, you can just set up different campaigns with those times on those days. All right, I got a question about as an international salesperson, how to pay. You have a restaurant, you want to work with configuring a MikroTik setup. How to pay? Do you mean how much to charge? I don't understand the question, but that's great if you have a nice tourist area with hotels and restaurants and a tourist district and a MikroTik, you can install this very easily. But yeah, if you're asking how much to charge or how much to pay your salesperson, I don't understand the question. But I would say it all depends on the value you're offering, on the number of people, how to pay the sales guys to demo this to other place. I still don't fully understand, but I would say, pay them about 10, 20% of the upfront sale. That should make them pretty happy. And then you take over. And yeah, question, we're going to be launching that new support desk very soon. So if you go to wifisupportdesk.com shortly, it's going to be entirely updated with a whole bunch of new stuff. Question from Tony. He wants to have actual HTML on the thank you page. That will not be happening anytime soon. We don't allow any scripts to be run, obviously, because it breaks the captive portal. There's really no HTML you'd ever need to add on that thank you page, and it's best to keep things simple. So we had it for a long time. We took it away because people were abusing it, so it's not going to be there. All right, guys, as mentioned, I want to get back to work and get some stuff launched. So if you have any questions from here, feel free to chat with our support team. And I'll be posting this replay in the Facebook group shortly. Those that are watching this and wondering why I didn't go live at 3 p.m. on Facebook, it's because I had some computer issues, but I'll be posting this replay soon. Anyways, thanks, guys, for joining. We'll talk soon, and excited to launch all these new features. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.